Let's start. I think it's closed, mate. I'm on FVP now. Should still see one now, I think. Yeah, but where's my new comments and pictures live then? That should be me live now. Yeah. I've lost that now. Where's that got to go? Can't remember. Ah? Drag it to screen 2?
Yeah.
Where's my screen 2? I can't find my screen 2.
Just drag it to the right, Joe, that was something.
This one.
Let's take the tab and then drag it over there, you're halfway over. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, that'll do. Let go of it now. Yeah, and then now switch to screen 2, just go full screen on.
Should go to flip to screen 2.
Yeah, so view screen 2.
Oh yeah, view.
To monitor, full screen.
Cool. Alright, show all my, that's why I didn't see it. I'm confused. Alright, so it's there. That's full screen.
It's just black and white, you know.
Yeah, I'll put a little clip on shot on.
It's just go back to screen 1.
Fucking late, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's that one on trip.
That tripod looks like it'd be more at home with a bloody gun on it. That's some heavy duty shit. Some heavy duty stuff.
He's back on live.
You see that now, yeah? That's there. Now where am I going? Screen 1, yeah? Yeah. What, just click next now, yeah? No, start stream. I've got to start stream first.
Click next first.
Yeah.
It won't do anything until
No, yeah, 'cause I'm putting it in on my own. I need to plug it in now. Is he still live at the moment? Is that done?
Basically a battle of wills now, isn't it? Who's going to cave in first?
Wills connecting now. Behind you. Just tell him I'm ringing him now. I'm ringing him now. I'm going to ring him now. We are live. Come off of that one, guys. Something bigger. Hello, good morning to you. How are you? We're live outside. Bear with me 1 second. Bear with me. Just share this so people can view this. And then I'll move our rentals to you. Get this ready.
Do I have to press my camera or not?
No, you're fine. We're live. We're live. You probably won't see it.
Yeah, I'll probably see you tomorrow.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so we're live outside Tesco's Extra, Portman Road in Reading, and speaking to me from the rafters is Adam. Just Adam, obviously we're live to the people. Just tell us a little bit about your protest and why you're actually up and why you've taken residence in Tesco's Express or Tesco's Extra.
Yeah, I've been coming up here protesting since May or April, this year. I've been coming out here protesting outside, peaceful protesting, for Tesco to clear my name and apologize and pay the damage they caused me by losing my job, falsely accusing me. Police raided my house, got arrested, searched my house without no warrant and all that, lost me my job. So I've been coming up here protesting outside Tesco's, Portman Road, Reading, for the past 6 months. But they didn't take me seriously. They keep ignoring me. When I first started this protest, the store manager, Tony, and the security manager, Aaron, and there was another manager also that left the store, James. He's working somewhere else now. He was there present when the store manager called me in the store one time to ask me about my protest, and what I want from my protest. And I've told him, let Tesco pay for my lost earnings and apologize, for what they did to me, losing me my job and sending police to my house. Right? They've got that on tape. He told me he'll take that to the head office and they'll discuss, this matter, and he'll come back to me. That was like now 6 months ago. I didn't hear from them. So I'm protesting outside every day. I get all lots of abuse outside here, even the managers. So for me, 6 months protest, last 3 weeks, I had a call. So I had to stop myself coming, in front of the Tesco here protesting because of the cold. It wouldn't be good for me, in this cold weather. So I kind of stay away, try and clear that fresh cold, which was like this 3 weeks gone. But within the 3 weeks, I got more angry because every day I'm at home, I get angry about Tesco. Tesco's, they've put me in a position that I've never been before, in a sense of they've made me paranoia, they've given me anxiety, they've made me angry, they've made, there's lots of things that, Tesco did that damaged my life for the since last year till now. So for me, 6 months protesting is the last straw because this is the 7th month that we just got into. And I'm not prepared to come back here every day, day in, day out, protesting outside this Tesco Portman Road, and they keep ignoring me, keep taking me for a mock, trying to treat me like I'm a little kid. I'm 46 years old. There's nothing wrong with my head. I have my 5 common senses. Yes, I have slight dyslexia, but that do not stop me looking for a job. I'm a grafter. I work hard. My wife is out there with you right now, and my friends that know me, they'll tell you I'm a hard grafter.
Just to interrupt you, madam. How obviously you went up you obviously moved your protest up a gear earlier this evening. Just tell the people that have obviously just joining us. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, the reason I moved it up a gear is this, like 6 months I'm coming up here protesting, and the Tesco ignoring me. So for me, keep coming out there protesting, they're just gonna do this. Me getting abused from members of the public, that come up here. Some of them are Tesco customers, and some of them are in fact Tesco managers themselves, because they've harassed me out there so many times, called the police for me so many times out there. So I feel like it's gone to a point that, in fact, the last time the police come up here, I had a dispute with 2 of the managers here, or 3 of the managers come outside, telling me nonsense, basically. So they end up calling the police. Police told them, this is between me and them, it's a civil matter. So it's like the police themselves were getting fed up by Tesco calling them to come up here every time to try and arrest me, because they've disputed with me outside there also about boundaries, telling me that's Tesco boundaries and all that. When I start the protest, where I used to set up is just before those trees, just in fact in the middle of those little trees outside. And I remember the store manager hustled me out there,
so in terms of
telling
your
me to move on the left, so I refused. So for me, this is why I step up, move my protest up again, because they cannot ignore me outside all the time. The Tesco company itself, the CEOs, Tesco head office themselves, they know about me for the past 6 months, for the past last year, in fact, I would say. But they didn't do no attempt at all to apologize to me. They didn't do no attempt at all, apart from ignoring me, and everything they're doing to me, I take it as an insult. I'm a human being. This company, Tesco, does not have feelings. It's a company. I'm a human being. I have feelings. You understand? The company does not have feelings. The people that work for the company, why are they keep, backing this company? That's what I don't understand. So for me, because the CEOs, one of the Tesco CEOs, told one of the Tesco customers who happened to be a friend during this protest, her name is Lisa, he wrote to them one time at Tesco head office, to sort this problem out I have here with them. And they lied to him because I've got the email in my bag right now up here. They lied to him that they sorted it out. And this is like maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, because I've been protesting there for 6 months. So for me, coming out there, setting up outside with my protest, is not doing it anymore because they are not taking me seriously. They are not noticing, my protest out there for fighting for my justice. So for me, to make them pay attention, I have to do something much more bigger than that, which is to come inside Tesco here and climb on the roof, because I know for a fact they will pay attention then. And that's why I'm doing this up here, demanding for Tesco CEOs to come up here and explain to me why I lost my job. For them to come up here and apologize to me, clear my name, and pay the damage they caused me since last year. That's why I moved up this protest the way it is now.
You've obviously been up in Tesco's. You obviously went up there just before 6 o'clock this evening, and obviously it's now like you're into like a 9-hour standoff with police. How have you been treated? Could you tell people that are watching what it's like in there and how long you intend to stay there for?
I've been treated really badly by the police and by the paramedics, because they've got paramedics in the building. There's ambulances outside. There's doctor also outside. The stretcher is still here in the...
Yeah. Bear with us, guys. We're just going to try and get Adam back. I think somebody just... Bear with me. Just going to make a normal call, see if we can make that louder. We're just going to give the guy a call back.
This is the Vodafone voicemail service.
Bear with me. We'll see what's happened. We'll keep the stream live, guys, and we'll see if we can get Adam back on the phone, so bear with us. Yeah, we lost you.
All of a sudden, I don't know why.
Yeah, so
The police didn't treat me right at all. All they come up here for, it was keep asking me, trying to ask me questions about, this protest and why am I up here, which they already know why I'm up here, because this case went to the police. So really, they shouldn't come up here and asking me to explain to them, what happened and what Tesco did at my workplace. They already know that. If they were here to negotiate with me, they should have called the CEOs, because they are the police. They have that power. The Tesco manager CEO should have turned up here yesterday, but they failed to do so. All they were interested on, the police, is me, how they're going to try and get me arrested. That's all they're interested on. They're not interested onto the fact that I've been wrongly, badly treated, that pushed me to come up here and protest. They've ignored all that fact. The paramedics also ignore the fact that I'm demanding water since it's over 6 hours ago, more than that. And they're still in the building because they're sitting at the reception with the police. That's one sitting at Costa, also watching me. They're waiting for me to see if I would come down and run away. I'm not coming down to run away or whatever. If this standoff finished by Tesco CEOs coming up here and sort this out, I will come down here normally and give myself to the police because I've got nothing to hide and I've got nothing to run away. So for me, that's not the case. And the paramedics, I'm discussing about the paramedics because they are here. It's my fundamental human right, you know, to have that water that I asked for. My wife is outside there. She got all my water to give me. I don't trust their water, the police. They could put anything in the water just to get me, you know, try to get me because they came up here with cherry pickers. They've come up here with harnesses, with ladders, trying to come up on the roof here
Just for people, watching, Adam, just describe what you can see. Then, what are the police doing, or what have the, you know, just tell us what's gone on.
Yeah, they come up here. They were all, I mean, most of them dressed in their gears and harness. You know, come up with ladders, hiding up behind the sandwich freezer. You know, making their plans to come up here. First, they come up with a cherry picker. You know, trying telling me that, oh, we're gonna put the cherry picker up here so that in case you decide to come down, you know, then it'll be easier. But I know they were lying, but they were trying to put the cherry picker up here to try and get to me, to remove me from the store. You know, they are working with Tesco, helping Tesco since from the beginning with this allegation. That's all they were doing. Because for them to come to my house, you know, on a false allegation, with no strong evidence to back it, because the evidence Tesco gave them was circumstantial evidence to begin with. We all know the law. You cannot take anybody to court with circumstantial evidence to begin with. But the police went and work on it to try and arrest me. Even the other guy they accused that they take to court. That's what they take him to court for, circumstantial evidence. So for me, they come up here, you know, calling it negotiation. They were not negotiating anything, because they have not met my demands. They treated me here badly. All they want me to do is keep explaining this case that happened, that they know everything about it, that I even complained to the police headquarters in Kedlington. I received a letter about a few days ago, you know, them trying to justify themselves. But for me, that's not justifiable. All they are doing still is racist against me by helping the corporation Tesco and TSS, you know, to do me wrong. You know, that's all they're interested on. I've asked for water. That's my fundamental human rights. The police were here telling me they're here to negotiate. So if you're here to negotiate and they're telling me they're here for me, I asked for a water. Why they deny that water? That's my fundamental human right to have water. But they deny me that also. So what did the police want? For me to stay up here, die of thirsty water, right, and fall on the floor, basically. That's what they're planning. Because since they come up here, they didn't do nothing good towards me at all. Apart from, you know, even one of them come up here trying to read some kind of law, you know, to me, telling me something about trespassing and all that crap. They are not worried. The fact that I'm up here risking my life, you know, they're not worried about that. They would rather me fall from up here and die. The police would rather that happen. But they won't do nothing because they have the power to demand for Tesco, the people that are involved, the CEOs, to turn up here, even if they were sleeping, to get off their beds and come up here. But they failed to do that. So for me, the way I see it, they're working with Tesco. They're working with these corporations, you know, because since I started this protest outside also, the police have been called so many times there to remove me. But what do? I stand my ground and I show them that I know my right and I know the law. I'm on a public path. For me, expressing my right to them, and I go on live Facebook so that they can't take no advantages on me. That's why they leave me alone. If not, they would have arrested me a long time from outside with my protest.
How long do you intend to stay up in the roof for, Adam?
Till Tesco CEOs turn up here and put it down on paper and on camera, because the camera crews, the newspapers, news crew are out there, speak to them outside there that they're gonna sort this out. They take their responsibility because they're the one responsible for this. They're gonna have to pay my lost earnings since last year because I still didn't get a job because of them. My lost earnings, they're gonna have to pay for it. They're responsible for that. The damage they caused me because since this happened, my mind is not steady. My mind is all over the place. I'm not my normal full human being because of the stress they caused me. You know, and it's not just me they caused it to. This run all the way through to my family. Because I was also a breadwinner in my family. They stop that. Tesco stop that. And THS, you know. I've got my youngest daughter is still going to school. He's in Gambia, back in Africa. It's me that's taking care of that. My mom is back in Africa, in Gambia, and my brothers and sisters. I'm helping them also down there because it's a poor country, you know. As you know, we've went through 23 years of dictatorship of our former president. So everyone was suffering in Gambia. Even right now, they are suffering because there's not enough money, you know. So for Tesco to take me out of my job and TSS, you imagine how much damage they caused me and my family, and how much damage they cost me as individual. For me to come up here and climb on Tesco's roof. That's the damage they cost me.
Just tell us what the past 12 months has actually been like at home, obviously, given that you haven't been able to get a job.
The past 12 months has been a hell for me. You know, there is not a day, right? There is not a day that I don't think of taking my own life out of this universe. You know why? Just to have peace. Because then I will have no pain. I will have nothing to think about Tesco. I dream about fucking Tesco every day. Sorry for my language. I go to sleep, I dream about Tesco. I wake up sweating. Every day, every minute of the day, I'm thinking of Tesco. When I'm not out here protesting, I'm thinking of Tesco and TSS getting angry every day. The only thing that stopped me taking my life, you know why? My mom, my kids, my wife, my family. Those are the people, when I look into it, you know, stop me for taking my life because I don't want to make it painful for them. I'm going through pain already since last year. I don't want to put pain to them also. It will be easy for me just to kill myself and gone. No more pain, no more thinking, no more suffering. But I will leave my family and loved ones and friends in that pain. Especially my wife and my kids and my mom. That's the reason why I still stay strong, prepared to fight this all the way to the end, no matter what. And I will fight it to the end. By all means, I will fight this because of the pain they're causing me. Since last year, they're causing me pain. When these people when I will force lose my job, there was a job in Asda because my stepson was working there as a security. There was an open job there for me. But before I even went for the job, this Tesco thing come up. They are not interested anymore. I apply a job again on the warehouse, on a warehouse. Before you get onto motorway, I think it's called Craig or something, or Craig's or something. I didn't hear from them also since then. That set me back. That made me real angry. Really pissed off. That sent my head all over the fucking place. Sorry my language. You know? During that moment also, I argued with my wife because I used to take lots of anger out of my wife. It's not her fault for me losing my job. She was also angry. We did have an argument one time because she used to tell me, you know, leave the company, TSS, because the treatment, you know, I was getting from TSS, and the treatment TSS giving every staff member, because TSS do not stand for their staffs. The minute Tesco complains, they go with Tesco. They care more about their money more about their contract than you, the individual working for them, making them that money. They don't ask Tesco questions. They just go by whatever Tesco told them. That's what TSS do. You know? So my wife, we argue about that too. Because she told me, you should have left them. Of course, yes, I'm angry, but I was happy on the place I was working. And it's a walking distance for me from my house. I was cutting out all those expenses by, working somewhere else, traveling to go up there. And I let TSS know right from the beginning when I applied for that job that this is the store I want to work if it's possible. But they sent me all over Reading, and I used to go up there and work for them. I was working in other places before. I've worked in doing bouncer job in the nightclubs, and everybody respect me down there. I've did security before in other places. I've worked in England for over 20 years. I have over 20 years experience. I've did security. I've worked on a building site. I've did cleaning jobs. I've worked in a kitchen. I've worked in so many places. But nobody ever accused me of stealing, apart from Tesco and TSS. And then they wanna get out of it. They want me to forget about this and walk away, while everyone else, everywhere I go, people look at me. Some would even point, oh, that's that guy that, Tesco was stealing at Tesco. Oh, that's that guy that's protesting outside Tesco. It's because of Tesco and TSS make me known that way. That's not the image I want to be known as. That's not the image I want to be known as. But these two companies put me in that situation.
What would
They
you,
made
Adam?
my whole life a hell.
Adam, what would you say to obviously Tesco's now, if you could, if they were watching or listening to this, what would you say to the directors?
I would tell Tesco CEOs to come up here and sort this out. And then Tesco, I will tell them also to treat anybody that works in their premises, whether you are Tesco staff member or you are contracted to work in Tesco by another company, they should respect you. They should treat you with dignity. That's what I would tell Tesco. I would tell Tesco to stop accusing people without no evidence. I would tell Tesco to think about it again before they accuse anybody, whether it's their staff member or it's a contracted person that working here contracted, by another company, or it's a customer. Because today, if I was a customer in Tesco and I got wrongly accused like that, and I complain about it, Tesco will sour me with gifts. They will apologize to me. They will sour me with gifts. So, just for me to keep quiet, what's the difference from that person, a customer, and a person, a human being, that was working inside Tesco? Because technically, Tesco were paying my wages. Technically. So for them keep saying that, oh, they didn't employ me, I'm not their staff member, that's why they're not going to comment onto this. That's an insult to me. That's what led to me climbing up here on their roof. That's what led to me closing the Tesco store yesterday. So, is that what Tesco wants? I'm telling Tesco, they should treat people with respect. They should treat people with dignity. Do not accuse people when you don't have the evidence. If you think something is wrong, ask the people. Do not just go and point fingers.
Have the police tried negotiating with you, or have they tried speaking to you?
Who, the police?
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah. What have the police said to you this evening?
All the police were doing is like asking me, questions to explain to them what happened. Like how did he get here? What did Tesco did? Because some of them, when I tell them, don't ask me, you the police, you know about it. No, I didn't know about it. There was the police officer here today. He said he lives in Reading. Because I said to him, everyone in Reading knows about me. Everybody in Reading see me here protesting that comes to this store. And nearly everybody knows, oh no, I didn't know it. I didn't hear it. but he lives in Reading. And he's a police officer. For me, police officers shouldn't come up here and asking me to explain to them what happened between me and Tesco and TSS. Because they are the police. They already know about the case. Just 2 days ago, I received a letter from the police headquarters, because I complained to them, asking them questions. Why did this investigation took that long? Because the investigation took so long that affected me to take Tesco to court, because that's why Tesco is ignoring me. Tesco know that this case between me and them is a civil matter, and Tesco know either they've paid the police to waste the time so that I've got, my time limit to take them to the court, finish, so that I couldn't do nothing about it. This was their plan. For me, that's how I see it. So, for me, the police coming up here asking me those questions, or what happened with Tesco, when they know what happened, they only got to take a radio to the station and say, okay, what happened? Or when they were called to come up here, they already told them what happened. They already know about me. So for them to come up here, keep trying to engage me in that conversation, which I told them, don't engage me in that question, or that conversation. Go and get the Tesco CEOs here and sort this out. Ask the Tesco managers, they were around. Oh no, we've asked them, they wouldn't tell us nothing. Why? Wouldn't they tell you nothing? Does that not make the police, suspicious again, or think otherwise? But no, they're only interested on how they're going to get me arrested. That's what the police were here for. How they're going to get me arrested. In fact, since they were coming outside here for the past 6 months of my protest, that's what they were planning also. How they're going to get me arrested. That's all their plan was. Nothing to do with Tesco. At the time, when I was protesting out there, Tesco kept calling them. They don't ask me what happened. They would just come up and say, oh, they say this and this and this and that. And I told them, oh, this and this and this and that. And then that's it. They'll be gone. So why today, when I decide to climb up here, they're coming up asking me, oh, what happened? Explain to us. Tell us what happened. They should know what happened. They are the police. The case was with them for 11 and a half months. So they should know that. And my demands about the CEO, they should have got the CEO here. They should have got the Tesco CEOs, the ones that are responsible for this. But again, they fail to do so. And they are the police. There's someone up here, this person could be suicidal also, but did they care about that? No, they don't care about that. All they care about is Tesco. That's why when I ask for water, they still refuse me water. And then what did they do? They all run away, go and sit in the reception area so that I don't see them to demand for that water again. That's one sitting at the coast, hiding, watching me also. Why? So that I don't ask them for water again. Why is the police doing that? That's not their job. Part of their job is to serve and protect. To protect who? The member of the public, which is me. But they're not doing that so far. They're not serving me. They're not protecting me. They're denying me my rights. They're denying me water. The paramedics also is there. They're denying me water. But the police is supposed to be here to serve and protect.
So Adam, just going back to obviously how this protest originally started. Just tell people what you used to do for who did you used to work for, and how it's came about that you've obviously taken direct action.
Yep. I used to work for TSS, Total Security Service Limited. They call them TSS for short. In their uniforms. In fact, on my mobility scooter out there, I've got my uniform tied up, or at the back of it, dragging it. That's my uniform. TSS, Total Security Service Limited. 2003, I think, or 4. When I decided I'm gonna work for TSS, I was working, doing security still. I was working, doing the doors in town, the clubs, even all the way to Oxford also, sometimes. So I just thought, you know what, I need to change my job. I'm tired of, walking at the doors, because it can be hectic. Even though I never got abuse from the door from anybody, because the person I am, people respect me down there. When I come and talk to the customers, even if they were doing something, they'll always go. Sometimes the customers themselves just come to me and say, you know what, you are the best security guard in this place because you respect people. Even when I come to ask them to move away, so they will say, oh, don't worry, we move away. For you, just tell us. But for me, it went to a point that, I wanted to change jobs. And I wanted to go into retail. So TSS was the one there. So I applied the job to TSS. I come up for the interview and all of that to them. Went to London also for the training and all of that. Luckily, they give me the chance to work for them. That very day, at London, there's exams that you do. I failed that exam totally, to be honest with you. But there's a guy work there called Jerry, I think, at the office, at TSS's office, black guy, very good guy, and the trainer himself that were there, TSS, they took it upon themselves because they seen me, they know that I'm a human being and I wanted a job, just because I have learning difficulty. That's what made me fail that exam, right? They took it upon themselves, right, to sit with me on one-to-one, ask me certain questions again, explain everything for me to understand, to pass the test. And I start working for TSS. The day I start working, the day I finish, you go up to London and you do like two trays. Officer, for the last time, sorry there, hold on for a minute. For the last time, right? Stop coming up here asking me if I'm ready to come down. You understand? I asked for water and you don't refuse me. It's my fundamental human rights. You understand? You don't deny me that for hours and hours with the paramedics. You keep coming up here every now and then asking me if I'm ready to come down. Do I look like a joke to you? Don't come back and ask me that question. All I need from you people is water. Now, don't ask me again. Sorry, you see what I'm saying? This is the problem. Every now and then the police come to me. Adam, you ready to come down? I asked them water to drink hours ago, which is my fundamental human rights. They deny me that. All they're doing is deny me that water. All they want me to do is to commit a crime by breaking something here, by breaking that sprinkler water also pipe there to drink, so that they can get me arrested, so that they can do me for damage. That's all they're interested on. That's why they deny me that water. That's the only reason. Because there's no other reason why they deny me water. That's my fundamental human right. But anyway, sorry about that. It's because they come up here again interacting me. So yes, I went for the job, at TSS. They give me their uniform and everything. Come up here. The first place I start working was the Sportman Road Tesco again. Since then, I'm working in the Sportman Tesco. Till the day they accuse me of stealing. I've worked here. I did 6 months probation, with the company. When that 6 months finished, I signed the contract with them to say I'm their staff member. But even that, TSS is trying to come out of it. Right from the beginning, when I went to the tribunal, they're telling the tribunal, he didn't work that long enough for us. The law needs to change. The law in this country have to change towards staff members, people that get up every day and go to work. If you get up and work for the company, even if you're an agency, and they treat you wrongly, they accuse you of stealing, you demand apology. That's your right. They have to give you that apology. They shouldn't go by, he only worked with us for a few months, or he only worked with us for 1 year, or he only worked with us for less than 1 year. That should stop. The law have to change. Because if the law didn't change, we are going to be suffering.
Adam,
how long is it going to take for someone else again? Sorry, yeah.
Just bear with us, because I think the police have just ordered some crispy crumbs. go for it now. You continue. In terms of obviously the people that you've worked with in Tesco's, what are they in support of your protest?
Well, I'll say the staff members in Tesco here, right? Most of them are support of my protest since from day one. The ones that know me here, that I work with, respect me. I respect them. They know the truth. They know all this is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And they are 100% behind me. I would only say it's few of them that the managers, manage to brainwash them, to say I'm guilty. It's only few of them here that would go past and they cannot even look at me. The ones that I used to talk to, the ones that I used to have fun with me here. But the rest, they will come outside, they will talk to me. When I start my protest force, the staff members used to come out there for their break. They come out fag break, stand there and talking to me. Tesco stop them doing that, telling them that they're supporting me. My Facebook, my live Facebooks that I do here when I'm here protesting, share it. They've threatened them, all of them, saying to them, any of them that share my Facebook, they'll get the sack also. That's why some of them avoid me. Some of them don't want to talk to me when I'm out here because they don't want to lose their job, because Tesco already threatened them of their job, telling them that if they share my videos, they will be sacked. Why? If Tesco think that they were not wrong, Tesco was doing the right thing, they won't be worried about their videos, who share it. The staff members working for them, it's their fundamental right also. Their Facebook is not owned by Tesco, it's owned by the staff members. And it's their private Facebook. Whatever they do on their private life, that's down to them. It's not down to Tesco. They are not slaves for Tesco. Tesco didn't own them. So why is Tesco controlling them of who they share their video with, whose video they watch, and whose video they don't watch? To me, that's wrong.
Bear with us 2 seconds, Adam, because the lorry's just moving again.
Yes.
I think they want the donuts down the other end. At the
No, I
Starbucks.
told them to go. They go, you can't deliver it tonight. No donuts for nobody. So they go home.
But yeah, go on, carry on, Adam.
Yeah, so for me, some of the staff members, they still talk to me. They still respect me like I respect them, But I wouldn't say all of them, because it's like 3/4 of them support my protest. Some of them, the quarter, probably support my protest because this is on their favor also. Because I'm here protesting. With this protest, Tesco is going to make sure their own staff members now, they don't treat them wrong, or TSS staff members that come up here, they won't treat them wrong in case they take a footstep that I took also. So for me, that's the joke. Why is Tesco going to all that length? If Tesco think that they were the one that right, why are they going through all that length?
Do you think, do you think people may think you've taken your protest a step too far now, because obviously you've crossed the line?
No. Well, some people, the negative people will say that also, because to them they're negative. They don't see any good out of this protest, because this protest is not just for me. What happened to me already. This is for the rest of them. Every human being in England, or every human being that knows about my protest in any country they are, right? This protest is for them. It's for the consumers to recognize and realize that human beings that work for them are human beings. We are not animals, Treat us like with respect. Even if somebody did wrong, treat that person still with respect. So for me, this protest is for them. But the negative people would say, oh yeah, he's gone too far. The racist ones also would say, yeah, he's gone too far, because I was getting it outside there while I was outside protesting for the past 6 months. I didn't even come inside Tesco to climb up here yet. They were talking about it.
By climbing
So
on,
for me, them thinking that I've gone too far, that's them. For me, I don't think I've gone too far. For me, I think I've did the right thing right now. for them to pay attention, because they were not paying attention to me, and they would never pay attention to me outside. They are protesting every day. They will never. They will come in and out and go past me. They would have never ever pay attention. So the people that would say that I've gone too far, let them wait till they are in my shoe. Let them wait, meaning till something like this happen to them, then they can stand there and tell me, oh, I've gone too far. Because then they wouldn't tell me that I've gone too far if this happened to them.
What do you hope?
They wouldn't say that.
What do you
So
hope
for
to
me,
achieve
anybody
by
that
going
would
up
say that
into
I've
the
gone too
roof,
far,
Adam?
it's because it happened to you, yeah? Sorry?
What do you hope to achieve by staying up in the roof?
Tesco pay the damage they caused me, which is my lost earning, and the stress they caused me and my family, the hassle they caused me. That's what I want to achieve on this protest here by staying on the roof here. And for me, if they don't do that, this store will be closed, because if they open this store right now to try and bring customers in here to ignore me up here, I will do something else also. Period. I'm prepared. I've come up here prepared today. Yesterday. I didn't come up start this protest based on jokes. My life is not a joke. My life is very important to me. And anybody, or any government, or anywhere, any person that want to damage my life, I will fight for it if I can fight for it. The only time that I won't do nothing about it if I cannot fight for it. But as far as I can fight for it, I will fight for it. So for me, this is what it takes. That's what it takes. So the people that would have the negative thoughts about my protest, let them wait till it happens to them. If it happens to them, they can choose to walk away from it and drown themselves, their sorrow. That's their business. We people are different individuals. We all think differently. So I'm not like them. I'm like me. If they cannot protest their right, that's down to them. That's their opinion. But for me, I'm protesting my right, at the same time protesting the rights of many. Because right now, 6 months ago, and right now, I'm protesting for Tesco's also staff members. Because while I'm here, Tesco will not sack any of their staff members wrongly. Tesco will not sack anybody that's contracted to work in Tesco's. Tesco will not sack you wrongly. They will use their heads from now onwards, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So for me, there's a big achievement in this already. I've already achieved a lot on this. But Tesco still have to clear my name. Because for the fact that if I go and apply for a job today, I will be asked about my job experience.
Just tell us your time, Adam.
Sorry?
Just coming back to obviously when you worked for Tesco's, obviously you were a security officer. Just tell us about some of the things that happened and some of the things that you asked to turn a blind eye about with managers and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot that happens here. In fact, I'll start with Tesco managers. If a Tesco manager caught stealing, they don't sack that manager. They just remove you from this store and put you in another store. I'm really surprised seeing Tesco taking 3 of their executives to court. Why? Because it's probably big money. That's why they're taking them to court. But in this store here, we've got a manager stealing here in the past. He never got sacked. They remove him from this store and take him to the Portman Road store. That's happening all the time. Tesco don't do nothing about that case. But for me or somebody else, they will try and do that, which is again wrong. I've worked here for a while. There was a manager here he used to call Marcos. One time there was an alcohol sale that was allowed here, that was authorized by Marcos, because the store says you cannot sell alcohol to anybody If you think they are minor, you have to ask them their ID. And if they are also with a minor, you still have to ask the ID. So that day, this there was two guys, I think, and two females. They come up in the store to buy alcohol. The staff member, Tesco staff member that was on the tills, asked them ID. 3 of them produced ID. One of them produced what's it called? Bank card. Bank card is not an ID. So the staff member denied that sale of alcohol. They're complaining about it. The staff member called me. He was a female staff member. Called me. I went to see what was happening. I went up there. She explained to me exactly what was happening about the alcohol. I said to the customer, sorry, she is right. She cannot sell you that alcohol because one of you didn't have an ID. Because by law, if you, even 10 of you, if an ID is asked, all of you have to show it. Because one of you might be a minor, and for instance, you buy that alcohol, and that minor went and drink that alcohol, something happened to them, it comes back to Tesco, and it will come back to me as a security guard that was on duty that day. So I stopped that alcohol sale, but this manager, Marcos, came along with Mike, the duty manager, the one that's sitting at the reception watching me, right? He was here because I've argued with Mike in this store, I think 2 or 3 times, standing up against my right. Marcos came and allowed that alcohol sale. Authorized it. That person could have been a minor. He turned a blind eye. Tesco know about it because the staff members complained about it, to Tesco. When I came back the next day, they already complained that because they were trained and taught that, and told also that they shouldn't sell alcohol to nobody that they think is minor, as ID also, which they did. But again, the same person, Marcos, override them. They got angry about that and complained that I was there also as a security and denied that sale also. They denied that. When I come up that very, very, very day, the next day to work, I was called in the office because staff members already complained about that. The way Marcos treated me that day, he even grabbed me, he assaulted me that day. But he grabbed me by the arm and pulled me. It was on camera. When I came to work the next day, they've called me in the office, the managers. Somebody came from, I don't know, the head office or something. I explained all that to them. Nothing comes out of it. They didn't do nothing at all about that. There was an incident also here at customer services. Member of the public came to return something without a receipt, and Tesco policies is you have to, if you want to return stuff, you have to produce the receipt also. You have to have that proof, or you have to show it even if you pay it through your bank card or something, right? This person didn't have this receipt, and they were trying to explain that to the person. I was at the podium at where security people stand, watching them. He's raving and ramping, to the staff member. A manager also turned up again, a female manager. The staff member was female also, right? Shouting and screaming at them. I walk up there and talk to him nicely, say to him, listen, you have to treat these people with respect. They are human beings. If you talk to them rightly, even though you didn't have a receipt, but if you talk to them properly as a human being, they might listen to you and just return return this item you want to return, because it's not like it's thousands or hundreds. But he turned his anger on me. I asked him nicely to leave the store again. I removed him from the store. He was racist and all of that to me outside there. What did Tesco did? The guy complained again to Tesco head office. Tesco didn't come up to me to say thank you very much for your job by removing that guy in the store that was very aggressive to my staff members and that. No. Tesco went and filed a complaint against me to TSS.
Tell us a bit.
TSS disciplined me 6 months for that also, while I was just doing my job. again defending Tesco staff member and Tesco manager.
Tell us a
I
bit
got
about
disciplined for that.
Adam, tell us a bit about the illicit or the sort of relationships that goes on in Tesco.
Yeah, the same manager again, Mike, the duty manager. Right now he's at the reception watching me. He's the duty manager at night. The one I said I've argued with him several times here, you know, standing my ground. Even that day about the Marcos thingy, I argued with him that very day also. He was seeing a girl in this store here who he made pregnant. Mike is married. He used to live in Camberley. He used to come from Camberley to Reading to work. But while he was here at work, he was seeing this girl called Lizzie or Lindsay, because there's two of them here. There's one called Lindsay and there's one called Lizzie. But I think it's Lizzie. He was seeing her here, and by law that's not allowed. But there were an item in here. Mike used to leave this store at night time and go with Lizzie. The security manager, the security Tesco owned security guard that does the night shift called Luke Gilbert, the same person that allowed me into this allegation that Tesco accused me of, right? The same person, his friends also with Mike, so-called friends. What did he do? He did report Mike to the manager about Mike's relationship with this staff member. Nothing happened to it. I think he was only suspended or something. Come back. They deny that they see each other. But she ended up pregnant. She lives in D Road. Mike, his wife, chuck him out. His kids don't want to know nothing about him. They don't even want to deal with him. They rejected him now as a dad. He's living in D Road. I know exactly where he lives because I went past the other day. He was standing at his front door with the girlfriend, you know, the one that used to work here, and she's still a staff member. They didn't sack her. She's only pregnant, that's why she's not working here. But Mike is still working here. But Tesco's law says they cannot see each other. They cannot be an item. If they were an item before they start working here, that might be a different case. But it's not. It's while they were working here, that happened. And they were going off, Mike was going off during working hours, leaving the store with no manager at night time, and go away with that girl Lindsay till she end up pregnant. He's still working here. He didn't get the sack. Nothing happened to him. In fact, he's also one of the people that involved by accusing me stealing, because he made a statement against me. But that manager, when I got the accused here, he was not at work. When the first guy got accused here, I was not at work. So, for me, how the hell the same person, Mike, make a statement against me? If Mike was not at work when I got the accused, I was not at work when Lamin got accused. What statement is Mike got to make against me? He didn't know that I know about that statement, but I know about it. And then he's the first manager again to come up outside when I started my protest, telling me outside, oh, Tesco didn't accuse you, basically defending Tesco. Tesco didn't accuse you. Tesco only passed information, you know, to the police or to TSS, and you lose your job. Really, you shouldn't be protesting here. You should be protesting at TSS. I put it down, through him that Tesco accused me of stealing. TSS sacked me unlawfully. So therefore, I'm dealing with both companies. But he stand there defending them, even telling me that, you know, I should move on. I should go and look for a job. He totally dismissed the pain I'm going through, the stress I'm going through. He dismissed that, telling me to move on. Telling me, I even put the question, reversed the question to him, Mike. I said to him, if this was you, Tesco accused you of stealing wrongly, You lose your job over it. Police come to your house and arrest you and all that, search your house and all that went with it. I said, you will sue Tesco to court. You will take Tesco to court. Oh, no. He wouldn't take Tesco to court, he said, which was a lie. Right now, if Tesco sacked him because of making that female pregnant, his staff member, because the female was working on the mine at night shift. He made her pregnant. If Tesco was to sack him right now, he will take Tesco to court. He will tell Tesco that that's his private.
Good.
Where you gone? Hang on, I think we've lost it again. Give me 1 second. Are you there? Hang on,
From outside there to defend Tesco. I want to know that. I want to know that really why Mike is taking it upon himself to defend Tesco. Because why? Mike lied. He himself is probably a thief. He's probably been stealing here lots of stuff. Because I remember I've did night shift here. Come Christmas, in fact 2 Christmases I remember I did here. There used to be a night time. There used to be 2 Asian guys that come up here. They would fill the Tesco cages with alcohol, different type of alcohol at night time, and take it outside. And I don't think that they were allowed to buy the alcohol that way in the store like that during the Christmas period. They could come as a customer and buy alcohol, but to buy 3-4 cages, 3 cages of alcohol, spirit I'm talking about, no beer, no lager, all spirits, like Daniels and all of that. That wasn't allowed, because in the end, they stopped him doing that. Because I remember again, those people turned up here again one time. Himself, Mike told them, no, he cannot do that again. They stopped him doing that. So, to me, these people, they've been breaking the law for so many times. Tesco don't do fuck all about it. But Tesco decides, you know, to accuse me unwrongly. You know, the managers, they do everything here. There's some of the managers here that are very good. You know, there's some of the managers in this store, I have nothing against them. And staff members too. Work in this store, I have nothing against them. In fact, I have nothing against any staff member in this store. My fight is with Tesco. My fight is with this company. My fight has nothing to involve any staff member, any Tesco managers, unless it's a manager that come up here defending Tesco by against me. Apart from that, I've got nothing against none of the managers in here. You know, brother? Yes, man. You know, that's me. I work here with them. You know, most of them respect me in here. I did lots of jobs here for them. I saved Tesco lots of money by stopping shoplifters in this store. I used to even chase shoplifters out of this store just to stop them going with the item. You know, I saved this company lots of money. But what did they in turn did? They never paid me back to say thank you very much for your job. Thank you for your delegation. No. What they paid me back was accuse me of falsely stealing. Based on what account? Based on what evidence? I want to know that evidence. That's why I demand for the Tesco CEOs to turn up here and explain to me and to apologize. The only reason Tesco refuse to comment on this or refuse to admit their wrongdoing is because of money involved. Because they know they have to pay damages. This is the only reason Tesco is ignoring me. If the law says that they could have apologized to me and they don't have to pay a single penny, Tesco would have apologized from day one that I come up here before I even start this protest. Because I did warn them. I did told them that if they ignore me, I will start a protest. But they think I was joking. I start the protest here. They ignoring me, saying to themselves, oh, he's soon fed up with this and go away. That's what they were counting on. That's why they keep ignoring me. And for me, that's not the case. They cannot ignore me. Tesco cannot ignore me and GSS. They have to man up to their wrongdoing. And that's what I'm here for, to prove to them that I'm a human being. I have feelings. This company, Tesco, is just a company. Doesn't have feelings. People that work for them have feelings. And they should respect those people. Whether you are a Tesco staff member or you are contracted to work in Tesco, or you are just a member of the general public that happens to be in Tesco shopping or anything, Tesco have to respect that. And this is what my fight is. And I will stay up here till I get that fight. If they try to remove me from here by forcefully, I will throw myself on the ground. And I will hold them responsible. The police responsible for that. Already, I've held them responsible because all they come up here is on Tesco.
Okay, Adam.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, Adam, or how do you want people? What do you want people to do to support your cause? You know? Have you gone? Hello? You've gone again. Okay. Are you still there? Yeah.
Yeah, the Tesco manager, the manager now, this store manager, now right now he's inside the store. He's inside the store. I can see him. He came through the reception, I think. He was just on his phone a minute ago. So, if he can turn up here, why can't he get the CEOs to come up here? You know? The store manager is here right now. He's inside the store. I just saw him by the phone shop with his crutches because he broke his leg. I don't know how, but to me, that's God works in mysterious ways. What goes around comes around. That's why his leg is broke. Because his leg was not broken when I started this protest out here the past 6 months. So it's a payback.
Goes around, comes around.
How do you want people to? Do you think people are supportive of your? Do you think Tesco customers are supportive of your stand-up, your protest?
The Tesco staff members cannot show it, obviously, but the Tesco staff members, customers, for me, when I started this protest, the first month, I think, or the second month, or the first month, I did start, posting on the Facebook to say to the customers, to boycott this store, to boycott Tesco, to teach Tesco a lesson. Because for me, every Tesco customer, or any customer, the general public in this country should not allow any corporation to treat people like animals. We are human beings. So for me, Tesco customers that were coming up here still for the past 6 months, while I'm out there protesting, while I was begging them, asking on the Facebook to boycott Tesco, and they ignored it, those ones, to me, they help Tesco a lot in terms of Tesco ruining my life. Because if the customers were staying away, Tesco would have probably sorted this problem out between me and them. But Tesco were ignoring me because they still have customers coming into the store.
Do you think you've
They're
been
still making their money.
Tesco's is shut, love.
Do you think Tesco's has treated you wrongly, Adam?
Sorry?
Do you think Tesco's have treated you wrongly?
Yeah, Tesco have treated me very, 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 very wrongly. Very, very wrongly. And they've been treating me very wrongly since last year. All the way till right now that I'm speaking to you. They've been treating me wrongly. Because I was wrongly accused. And I'm protesting it for the past 6 months. I was protesting it since last year. In fact, I've posted few articles on my Facebook last year, about Tesco and my former employers. but he was not active, protesting at the time, because I was dealing with few issues also at the time, and he was going on. The case was going through the police also investigating it. So for me, that was the reason why I was not even outside here protesting, because believing that I'm innocent, this case will soon finish, the police will look into it and see that I'm innocent, they'll come back to me, and I'll go back my job again, by my daily life. That didn't happen. That's why I didn't protest. And at the time, I was protesting also. In fact, I was dealing with three things at the time. I was protesting for my own country. That's my beloved country. For the dictator the dictator we have there, the ex-president, to get rid of him. At the same time, I was dealing with the police also on another issue. I had an issue one day. I finished work here, going home. I had a dispute with one of the neighbors that live around my area about his dogs. And he told me he's going to call the police. I gave him my address. I told him my name. He knows me, but he don't know where I live. He sees me there all the time. He knows I live around the area, but he don't know where I live. So I gave him my name, my address, my door number, because he said he's going to call the police. He called the police and tell the police. He didn't tell them that I argued with him about his dogs. No. He told the police that I threatened him to kill him and threatened to kill his dogs. So therefore, there's a threat to kill, a very serious allegation. The police come to my house. In fact, they went past me several times. They didn't know who I was. It's me that approached them to let them know that it's me you're looking for. And what did they do? They come up. What they told me, we have an allegation against you, threat to kill. So we come up here to arrest you. That's not the normal procedures of police. What they should have done that day was to come to me and said, there's an allegation against you. We want to hear your side. We've got allegation from a guy called Colin. What is your take on it? And then I explain to them. If they're not satisfied with my explanation,
hang on 2 seconds, mate. Sorry, we've lost you again. Yeah, go ahead again, sorry. Yeah.
For the allegation of threat, I told them that you have to listen to my side of story first before you decide to arrest me, because there's nothing in this allegation that's threat to kill. He's arguing about your dogs, about his dogs, train your dogs. You shouldn't allow your dogs to keep barking at people like this, following people through the fence. That's what the argument was. The police don't want to know about it. They forcefully arrest me that day. They unlawfully arrest me, take me to the station. Lucky for me, this guy that I was arguing with was videoing our conversation. So all the time that I was in the station at the cell, I forced the police again to go back to his house and take his phone, because that phone contains all the evidence. In the end, what did they do? They went back there after several hours. While I spent all that evening, all that afternoon, all that night in that cell, they went and checked his phone. My story checked out right. So what did they do? They come back to me. Oh, we've checked his phone. There's nothing in that phone that you said is threat to kill. He's angry because you call him fat. I told them, yes, I've called him a lazy, fat lazy. I said, because he is lazy, he's fat, no offense to anybody, Is police telling me about, he's angry about that. The government of United Kingdom call the people that are overweight every time they call them fat people. They even tax the sweet stuff like sugary stuff and all of that, saying that, they're taxing that because of these people. But I never see any of them complain about that
Adam,
to the government or try to take them to court.
Adam, given obviously the stuff that you've obviously discussed, obviously live with people watching, why do you think Tesco managers haven't supported you, or why do you think Tesco managers wanted you away from the store?
Because they're all working for Tesco. They don't care about me. All they care is about their work in Tesco, just because they're so-called managers. They're not seeing my point as a human being that's been wrongly accused. They just believe what Tesco told them. That's what it is. All these managers, they work together. They all believe what they've been told. Even though what they've been told is the wrong thing, they never took time to look into it, because obviously it's the wrong thing. That's why I'm a free man. If not, I would have been prosecuted. I would have been going to the courts. I've demanded so many times here, Tesco take me to court. My banners that I used to have down there, one of them says on the banner, Tesco, show the general public CCTVs of me stealing your £20,000 that you claim, your electrical items, because that's what they claim. I've been showing that banner out there for the past 6 months. The managers, they see that. The managers see all my protest banner out there. They know I've got paperwork down there from the police that's showing me that I have no involvement in this case. They know I have paperwork down there from the newspapers, asking Tesco. The managers know all that, but yet still, they support the managers. I'm Tesco, because there's a manager here, a female called Adele. When I first started my protest here, she's a manager in the evening shift or afternoon shift. She also told me, Adele, way back, no, but the evidence that, that I'm mounted against you, with the CCTV footage and all of that. They still believe, the managers, they still believe that Adam is guilty of stealing. So, why didn't they take me to court then? If Tesco and the managers think or believe that I'm guilty, why wouldn't they take me to court? Why the managers in the store, Portman Road, themselves are not going to the store manager and tell the store manager, listen, you have to sort this out. In fact, the past few weeks, right, so many Tesco managers left this store. Lots of them left the store. That's the managers.
Why do you think the managers have left the store?
Well, they argue with the store manager and they left the store. A few of them. I know at least about 4 or 5 managers that left in the past 2-3 weeks. Just yesterday alone, before I entered the store, I was talking to one of the managers out there. That yesterday was his last day. I was talking to him out there nicely, respectfully. He even shook my hand. He even told me, don't give up, carry on. I respect what you're doing, So for me, that's what it is. If they believe that I was stealing, why didn't they take me to court? Morning, Tula. Yes, sir. Sorry, brother. Don't worry. I got nothing against you people, man. Alright? No worries. Yeah, man. Thank you. That's just one of the security guards that, Tesco security guard that I work here with. Because some of them might think that I have something against them. I have nothing against anybody that works in this Tesco. Unless you have something against me and I know it, then yes, I have something against you then. So for me, why did all these managers left? This store clearly have a problem. And the security manager, Aaron, he's the security manager. How come he's not sorting this out? Him being the security manager, the footage they were talking about, looking at that footage, any security manager, any good security manager that know their job would look at that footage and say, look, we cannot accuse this man. We can only ask him information if he want to give us the information or help us with our inquiry. That's what it should have been. But not accuse me. So for me, the Tesco managers, the one I know 100% that they're against me, those people clearly have a problem. It's not all of the managers here that are against me, not all of them. But I know people like Mike, I know 100% that he's against me because he saw it to me. There was a manager walking here in the afternoon called Tim. He also left. He was against me. He was not here when I was walking here. I only met him here when I started my protest. He was against my protest. He already left the store also. His name is Tim. I was told that yesterday, you know, about 4 of them left or 5 of them now from the store, you know, and the store manager knows about it. They have problem with the store manager for whatever reason it is. So they left the store too. It's because of the treatment they're getting from the store, you know. So it's wrong. Tesco shouldn't treat people like that. If their managers keep leaving, clearly then there's a problem in the store, you know.
What problems do you think's in the store, madam?
Well, the manager to start with, not many people like him here. I know that for a fact.
Why do they not like him?
Even staff members, most of them don't like him because the way he is, you know. One of the security guards here, Tesco security guard, called Luke Gilbert, the one that involved me in this case to begin with also. Not many people like him here because he don't do his job. He don't do fuck all here about his job. The man is only here making problem for other people. You know, he don't do his job. So for me, Luke should be sacked. Mike should be sacked. Period. Aaron also should be sacked, the security manager, because he allowed this. Tony, the store manager, also should be sacked because he ignored this. He's the store manager. You know? So for me, all these people should be sacked.
What are you hoping to achieve by staying up on the roof, though, Adam?
For me, it's the same thing again. Tesco have to pay my lost earnings, which I already told the security and the store manager 5 months ago. They have to pay my lost earnings because they're the one that lost me my job based on false accusation. You know, they have to pay the damage they caused me, obviously, because they did the damage to me. They did damage to my brain for the last year till now. You know, my head is not that right. Even though I'm a correct human being, the stress they put me through, the stress they put my mom through, the stress they put my kids through, the stress they put my wife through, Tesco is responsible for all of that. They have to pay for that. And Tesco have to apologize to me. They have to apologize publicly to say that, sorry, we were wrong to accuse you. They have to put that on a piece of paper so that I can move on with my job. So that when I go and look for a job and I get interview, they will ask me, what was your last job and why did you leave it? I will tell them, I didn't leave my last job. I was sacked from my last job because I was accused of wrongly stealing. And there's the paperwork here to prove it. Without that, I cannot prove to nobody. I could be going in and out of freaking jobs to apply for jobs, and nobody would wanna take me. Why would you take me for employ me when you have another 100 people to employ, and none of them come out with a story of stealing? Why would anybody trust me because of Tesco? Tesco ruined my reputation. Tesco ruined my life. So therefore, Tesco need to admit to that they were wrong. And they need to pay the damages they cost me. Because the store manager and the security manager and another manager that left here about 2 months ago now, I think, or something like that, was present when they called me in the office, asking me about this protest, why I'm protesting, and what do I want to see come out of this protest. Like the question asked me, a minute ago, what do I want to achieve? I told him exactly the same thing I just told you. Pay my lost earnings, apologize for what you did to me, and pay the damage you caused me.
How much sort of money are we talking, Adam, that you trying to claim from Tesco?
Well, I don't know how much, but right now, if they're going to ask me a figure, I will tell them they have to pay me lots of money, the damage they cost me since last year. My lost earnings, Tesco accused me of £20,000 electrical items, so they're going to have to offer me more than that. Tesco, they're going to have to offer me £100,000 or £200,000. I can even demand £500,000 right now. I can demand $1 million right now. I can demand lots. I can demand lots right now. So for me, they know my demand. They know the damage they cost me. They have to pay for that. Because they caused me damage mentally, internally. They have to pay for that. My lost earning also. Tesco will know my lost earnings. So they need to pay for that too. Can you have respect, please? I'm talking to the newspaper outside. I'm not interested on what you got to tell me. Bring me my water. If you don't bring me my water, I have no interest on what you got to tell me. I got rope here. My wife got my water since last night. You lot refuse her to come to the store and give me the waters. She's got all of it in her bag. I got rope here to put that up here to drink. You lot deny me my fundamental human right. Since yesterday, you the police officers and the paramedics. That's my fundamental human right. Do you not think that by denying me water, that's going to make me come down? Do you not think of that? Do you think denying me water is going to make me come down? Why should I speak to you? Have you got the Tesco CEOs here? It's the Tesco CEO I want to speak to, not the police. You not just wait up there. When I finish and come down, you arrest me if you want to. I got nothing to say to you. You understand? You've denied me water. No? Why should I? Why should I come down to get water? Yes, I can have water from here. No. I didn't ask you to climb there. My wife is outside. I don't want Tesco's water. My wife got my drink, my water out there. And you lot refuse her to come in and give me the water. There's paramedics here. Why is the paramedics here? If they're denying me water, that's my fundamental human right. Right now, you the police and the paramedics break my fundamental human right since yesterday. You abused that since yesterday by refusing me water. Since yesterday, you abuse my human right. You are here to serve and protect me. You understand me? You are here to serve and protect. Don't even come back and speak to me because I'm not interested to speak to you. You're taking the piss. If you come back again to speak to me, I will abuse you. You understand? Do you understand that? Don't come back here again. Telling me come down, there's water here. You're taking the piss. How many times you come down here telling me the same shit? And I'm telling you the same shit. Oh, come down and have water. Who are you talking to? A little kid? Go and talk to your son, man. Fool. And I can see you told the store manager, you better get your CEOs to come up here and sort it out instead of sitting on that chair pushing yourself. Sorry about that. It's the police again. Keep coming every time interrupting me. Telling me, oh, you ready to come down? Oh, come down for the water. I can get the water up here. I got a rope here. My wife is outside. They deny me that water. And then they still want to come up here to what? Negotiate with me. Are they stupid or something? Does these police officers know their job? You want to negotiate with me, but you denying me one thing I wanted, which is water. But you still want to negotiate with me. Are they stupid? I'm going to put all these complaints against them also, and the paramedics. Because obviously they're here. They don't care about my health.
The store's shut.
All the police cares about is to nick me. Or come down and get water. So that we can nick you, we can arrest you, and remove you from the store. They ignoring my freaking protest. They work in behalf of Tesco. That's what they're trying. I'm not coming down. I can die of water, wanting water up here. Then they can get my dead body down and deal with that. If I die up here because of water, but let them forget about keep coming here telling me come down, there's water here and blah blah nonsense. I got a long rope. I can get my water here. And they refuse me that. Don't let them leave me alone. Sorry, you still there, yeah?
Yeah, we're still. What?
Obviously,
Obviously, Tesco's and you are both at a stalemate at the moment. You know, why does this apology mean so much to you? Is this protest about financial, or is it about clearing your name?
Yeah, this protest is about financial also, because they stopped me earning. You know, they stopped me earning since last year. This protest is about financial also, not only financial. This protest, forced to begin with, it's about my innocence. It's about me. It's about me. I'm a very proud person. I've got principles. I don't take something that people accuse me wrongly. Why should I accept that? That's the first thing why I'm here for the protest. To clear my name. You know?
Given now your
story... Sorry.
No. Just given now that your story is now widely being published, and it's on obviously a lot of the national papers, do you not think your protest has served its course? Or do you go on, sorry. No, given now obviously you've highlighted that you feel that you've been wronged by Tesco's and your name's been blackened, do you not think now, obviously you're now into you've been up there nearly 13 hours, haven't you? Do you think by staying up there any longer it's going to achieve, what's your goal? Do you think by staying up there further it's going to get you any further?
My goal again, since from the beginning of this protest today, my goal to begin with, at the beginning of my protest, is for Tesco to clear my name and apologize to me.
But do you not think now by becoming public and broadcasting what you've broadcast, do you not think that that's a platform? No. You've done that?
No, because that is an achievement that I create myself to prove to the whole world my innocence, not Tesco. Tesco didn't do that part, and Tesco should have done that part. Tesco was the one that should have proved to the general public that Adam is innocent, but they didn't do that. I did that myself single-handedly. I did that myself by putting myself in the position that I'm going to get arrested. Tesco do not care about me or about that. Today, if I come down today by Tesco, the CEO, don't turn up here and sort this problem out, Tesco will again forget about me again. They will try and even get injunction against me not to come anywhere near Tesco stores again. That's what their plans are.
But do you not think you...
I know exactly how these people think. And for me, I'm not taking that chance. This is my chance now. I've given them 6 months chance. Six months. Tesco and TSS. I gave them 6 months by protesting outside Tesco here, Portman Road.
But Adam, do you not think by
They could
coming...
have stood that so sorry.
But do you not think by coming down, you've proved you've stood up for your rights and you've stood up for what you feel that you've been wronged on? Do you not feel by coming down and walking away with your head held high before is that not an option for you now? Do you think you're too far in?
I did that every day. Since the day Tesco accused me, I did that every day. I'm coming out, walking up my head high. The first 6 months, I was struggling with it because I was having little nervous breakdowns, thinking that the whole of Reading is talking about me. I couldn't go out of my house. The minute I go out of my house and I see people talk, you only got to look at me and I'll get back, turn around and go back home. Because I was thinking people are talking about me. The case was still getting investigated by the police. That's what forced me to force the police, call them every time and ask them about the case, how far they're going, because the police were giving me a date to go to the police station. That's why this case took 11 and a half months. Every time that date comes, the police change the date. Every time the date comes, the police change the date. It went to 11 months or 10 months. I complained. I called police. I called my solicitor first. I argued with my solicitor. Why is he not doing nothing about this? He told me, he can't do nothing about it because the police got the case. They're investigating it. And they keep saying that there's a police investigation going on. He can't do nothing about it. So I phoned the police CPS because a month after I got arrested, the police told me that CPS is dealing with the case. It's CPS that's doing their investigation now. So I end up calling CPS and arguing with them. What did they tell me also? They also told me they don't know nothing about what I'm talking about because I told them, how come they're dealing with this case for 11 months? Why is this case taking all these months investigating? They're not looking for a needle in a haystack. It's not a murder case. Tesco would have provided all the evidence for them, CCTV. All they got to do, put the CCTV in the system and watch it. It will take them less than a day. So I want to know why the case is taking too long. The CPS themselves told me they don't know what I'm talking about because they didn't understand. They had to phone back again to find out what I was saying. They phoned back and told me, they don't understand why the police told them, that they were dealing with the case for the past 10 months or 11 months because they only got this case in March because I complained in April because police gave me a date in April to go to the station, and in April again they changed the date, pushing it to May. So I got really angry with it. That's when I phoned them and complained. Tell them to take me to court. Tell Tesco to take me to court. And they dropped the case weeks after my complaint without no explanation. They just dropped the case. So for me, since then, I'm coming up here with my head high up, protesting. And yet still Tesco ignoring me. Tesco taking the piss on me. Their managers taking the piss on me. Coming out there, calling the police. Coming out there, abusing me out there by engaging me in a conversation about saying that I'm guilty on these footages and all that nonsense. Whereby it's only one.
You still there, Adam, yeah? Bear with me. Bear with me, mate. We're still there. Are you still there?
So for me, this protest, just so CEOs need to come up here and explain to me. If not, I'll be up here. I don't care how long this shop is going to close. They lost me money, my lost earnings since last year. So if I can close this shop, the longer it takes, I will be satisfied with that too. So it's up to them to sort it out. If they let customers in here, I will create something else also. So they